Hello and welcome to episode 11 of my retrospective look at TT Games LEGO Games of the Past. If this is your first time watching a video from the series, then don't forget to subscribe and please visit the YouTube channel or lifeandbreak.com for the full series. Now, over 2013 and 2014, TT Games and Warner Interactive were certainly a busy bunch. Having already released LEGO Marvel Superheroes and the LEGO Movie video game, they were once again doing it again. Considering this was a massive transitional time for consoles, having recently released another generation of machines, it was quite a feat to be releasing their third multi-generational release in 6 months. Well, I've already been to Gotham City and Hogwarts twice, what's another trip to Middle-earth going to do? Once again, Tolkien's literacy genius gets the construction toy treatment. This time, it's LEGO The Hobbit. Yes, that's right folks, 2 years after the success of LEGO The Lord of the Rings, we were once again treated to a bricked up Middle-earth adventure, and yet again the story isn't based on Tolkien's masterpiece directly, but on the first 2 movies of Peter Jackson's Hobbit trilogy, The Unexpected Journey and The Desolation of Smaug. Yes, only 2 movies from a trilogy. To this day, I'm still annoyed that they never went back and made a sequel with the 3rd movie. I mean, what they should have done was actually held off until the movie came out in the first place. It just seems an odd decision to base a game on 2/3 of a trilogy. I mean, imagine if they did that with the original Star Wars trilogy. Actually, you know what, I could actually live without Return of the Jedi if I really had to, because Empire is that awesome. But even so, 2 movies from a trilogy, making a game out of that just seems a little bit odd. Anyway, so the story is based on those 2 movies, split across 16 levels. Now that's quite a decent number for 2 movies to be spread out across. This is, however, a LEGO retelling of a Peter Jackson retelling of a Tolkien story, and so there is a lot to fit in. For anyone not familiar, quick introduction to The Hobbit for you. A young Bilbo Baggins, that's Frodo's uncle from Lord of the Rings, is recruited as a burglar by a group of dwarfs looking to reclaim their kingdom from a beautifully voiced dragon. Now, Sherlock, Khan, Doctor Strange himself, Benedict Cumberbatch. Now, elves, orcs, goblins, everything that Middle-earth can throw at these guys are out to stop them from completing their adventure. But after an unexpected encounter, Bilbo ends up with a far too powerful weapon at his grasp. Dum dum dum. Adding a bit of class and continuity with the movie universe, each level of the main story campaign is introduced by Christopher Lee, aka Saruman the White, or Dracula if you love your Hammer horror movies. Now he provides the player with a chapter blurb which helps keep the story on track. Despite such an eloquent prelude, however, there are a couple of times throughout the game where the story feels a little bit rushed and disjointed with the gameplay, meaning that players that aren't familiar with the movies could lose track of events very easily. That said, as an avid Tolkien fan myself, it more than pleased me and the story flow really did get going pretty well, so there is enough of that movie there. Much like the movie to LEGO games that have come before it, all of the main scenes from the movies are adapted into stunning levels to enjoy, from Bilbo's first encounter meeting with the dwarfs to the face-to-face with Smaug. Every sense of fun, adventure and danger is captured brilliantly in LEGO form, and as always, TT Games' legendary cutscenes humour is at the top of its game. While I personally did enjoy the last Middle-earth adventure, many fans of the gaming series saw LEGO Lord of the Rings as one of the least enjoyable outings to date for a number of reasons, and although there is a sense of deja vu early on in LEGO The Hobbit, it is clear that the developer has made a number of significant improvements. Much more brought to light for me having only played the LEGO Lord of the Rings a few weeks back. Now my biggest critique with that previous outing was the open world. There are lots of wide open spaces with very little to do. The Hobbit's Middle-earth, however, feels very much more vibrant and alive compared to Lord of the Rings, and the scenery stretches for miles. It's glorious and it's packed out with far more puzzles and side missions. If TT ever decide to license Elder Scrolls, you've got yourself the perfect template for LEGO Skyrim right here, ready and waiting. After the LEGO Movie video game, it's actually quite nice to return to the larger free roam open world. This open world is littered with side missions, puzzles, characters to collect, everything you would expect and more. Though because of Tolkien's varied environments, it's just as fun to randomly explore the environment. It's where this game works best. With the previous two LEGO games, there was no real push to explore the open world outside of what was required to complete side missions, but for The Hobbit, there is such a monumentally detailed source material. I mean, seriously, read a Tolkien book? The landscape thrives on exploration. The tweaks that have been done following Lord of the Rings really do make the difference with this game. For those of you that haven't played this TT Games outing, you'll be happy to know that the basic gameplay elements remain unchanged, though new gaming modes were added in an attempt to bring a bit of diversity in, most of which haven't seen the light of day since, oddly. It seems that the developer took a lot of the inspiration from the LEGO Movie video game while finalising the minigames here. Yes, there is another Risbon mini-game, this time involving dwarves and plates, but thankfully there doesn't appear to be any mention of everything is awesome. Yes, I do not want that song in my head again. The strangest addition, in my opinion however, is the LEGO kit assembly minigame, something that worked really well with LEGO Movie as a reference to the construction worker characters. It just seems odd and out of place here. It's very much forced into the game just purely as the successor to the last game. One of the best additions the game has to offer is Buddy Mode, where two or more characters link together on problems requiring more height or strength. It's similar to how two superheroes work together in LEGO Avengers, but surprisingly, it's far more freely available and doesn't require a specific point to enable. Also introduced is the need to collect resources throughout the game in order to make certain objects, from mining rocks and gems to destroying barrels for wood planks. It's integrated into pretty much every single part of the game, both story and free roam. It works really well and it doesn't feel forced upon, encouraging the player to explore more of the story levels in order to collect the required resources. The soundtrack to the game is unsurprisingly superb, with all of Howard Shore's amazing work from the movies used to great effect as backing music. In addition, all of the main voiceover work is straight from the movie, which also adds a bit of extra class when you finally hear and meet Schmaug, and it's Benedict Cumberbatch's brilliant voiceover work, even in LEGO form. It's quite terrifying. Unfortunately, the soundtrack is not perfect. The one letdown with the audio is the quality of some of the sound bites from the movie. They sound like they've been taken straight out of the movie, as in been taken straight out of the Blu-ray discs, as opposed to actually professionally taken out. You know, you get the background, you get the music, you get a bit of everything. It doesn't feel like they've actually taken the voice out. It's something that Lord of the Rings also suffered from, but in that case it was far easier to forgive given the age between the movies and the game. Here, not so much. Despite the minor issues with the sound and the story flow, it is very difficult to find serious fault with this game though. LEGO The Hobbit vastly improves on Tolkien's predecessor graphically as well as just general playability. It's a much more enjoyable experience. Now if only they could get onto that sequel, actually make a sequel with Battle of Five Armies and you got the full trilogy, then I'll be happy. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it's encouraged you to go and play this game because it is awesome. As I said at the beginning, you can find the entire series on our YouTube channel. Please do subscribe. Please do subscribe. If you do have any comments, any feedback about how I can make these videos better, please just leave it below and I will get back to you, I promise you. Anyway, I'll be back very soon with another video. For now though, please do visit us on Instagram. We do daily posts on there, and we're also on lifeinbrick.com where it's got everything that we do. Thank you so much again for watching, and thank you for all the support that everyone's given up until now with regards to subscribers and likes and comments. It's very valuable to us. Thank you so much. Bye bye.